Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is here every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
Wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
A pleasant good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to Focal Online TV. Welcome to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media with your news presenter. My name is Greg Pinankorishpar, and this morning we are here to inform you about the happenings within our country, Liberia, and the world at large, only here on Focal Online TV and on this prestigious platform called the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. So our news sources for today, we have the Front Page African newspaper, we have New Dawn, we have Hot Pepper newspaper, and the Daily Observer newspaper. Let's look at our top headlines this morning. What is in the print this morning from the Daily Observer newspaper? Liberian man 34 sentenced to 20 years for 2.6 million fraud in U.S. Liberian man, 34 years, sentenced to 20 years imprisonment for 2.6 million fraud in U.S. LMP should not be player and referee in can job matters, said Reverend Dr. Reeves. LNP, Liberian National Police, should not be player and referee in can job matters. This is from the Daily Observer newspaper. Quickly, we will run to the New Dawn newspaper. Let's look at our headlines from the New Dawn newspaper standpoint. Of course, the Liberian Daily Observer newspaper says Liberian man 34 sentenced to 20 years for 2.6 million fraud in U.S. LMP should not be player and referee in Kinjal matters, said Reverend Dr. Reeves. So this is how we now transition to the Front Page Africa newspaper. Let's see what is in the print this morning from Front Page Africa newspaper. Representative Yeke Kolubar accuses President Bouaka. Representative Yeke Koluba accuses President Bouaka for bribing lawmakers to unseat Speaker Fonanti Kofa. Representative Yeke Koluba accuses President Bouaka for bribing lawmakers to unseat Speaker Fonanti Kofa. This is from the Front Page Africa newspaper. It's very interesting this morning. And yes, we would like to know why Yeke Koluba is accusing the president of Liberia. We want to know why. And of course, should judicial staffers call for audit over lack of transparency? Judicial staffers call for audit over lack of transparency. This is from the Front Page Africa newspaper. Front Page Africa newspaper has a lot for us this morning. And yeah, Yeke Koluba is accusing the president. How is it? How is it possible? That we have to know in a sooner date. So this is how now we move quickly to the New Dawn newspaper. Let's see what is in the print this morning from the New Dawn newspaper. Let's see what is in the print this morning from New Dawn newspaper. World Bank commits US 300 million for dam construction. World Bank commits US 300 million for dam construction. This is impressive from the World Bank and to our country Liberia. So let's get to know what is unfolding too as well. So it says World Bank commit US 300 million for dam construction, for the hydro dam construction. This is interesting. This is interesting this morning. Another one says Lina, former director, ordered to return government assets. Lina, former director, ordered to return government assets. Disaster agency seeks 50 million. Disaster agency seeks US 50 million. This is from the New Dawn newspaper. We will now move quickly to the Hot Pepper newspaper for our last news headlines. Let's look at the Hot Pepper newspaper. What is in the print this morning from the Hot Pepper newspaper? Of course, Hot Pepper is another interesting platform here, and there's a lot of interesting top stories on the Hot Pepper newspaper. Education Minister visits Tubman University, vows decisive action to swiftly address deficiencies. Education Minister visits Tubman University, vows decisive action to swiftly address deficiency. This is interesting. Of course, our education minister is Dr. Jaso Male Jala. That's so you know. So now we take a short break. We will get back quickly to you.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Lyndon Topa. My name is Greg Finankorishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Topo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like with no calling.
Okay, folks, welcome back. Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media with your presenter, Greg Finankorishpa. So we send a heart of congratulations to everyone who is celebrating their wedding anniversary today, and happy birthday to you if you are celebrating your birthday today. Don't forget, this week is another crucial week on the Christian calendar. We encourage you to order your steps as we gear towards the coming of our Savior Jesus Christ. So we say happy pre-Easter to all of you out there, Christians in and out of Liberia. Daily Observer newspaper says LNP should not be player and referee in King George matters. This is from the Reverend Dr. Reeves. The Liberia Council of Churches (LCC) and the Interreligious Council of Liberia (IRCL) have called on President Joseph Yuma Boakai to constitute an independent committee to probe the recent protest incident in Bear Mountain in Green Cape Mount County that reportedly led to the death of 2 people. The 2 religious institutions have also mandated President Boakai to ensure inquiry into other convocations to prevent similar occurrences. The LCC and IRCL believe that such an independent body will be objective and ensure transparency in its findings and recommendations, aimed at seeking lasting solutions to the concerns of workers at the concession companies. A statement released over the weekend said, We also believe that the independent committee, when set up, will dig deeper to unearth the contending concerns of the people in the concession areas. In a tragic turn of events, a protest erupted into violence on February 29 at the Bear Mountain Mining Company concession area in Grand Cayman County, resulting in the loss of 2 lives and leaving several others wounded. Tensions flared between officers of the Liberia National Police (LNP) and aggrieved citizens, highlighting the simmering discontent surrounding mining operations in the area. The protest, which initially began as a peaceful demonstration by residents voicing grievances against the operation of the mining company, quickly escalated into a confrontation between protesters and armed law enforcement personnel. Reports suggest that the clash erupted as police attempted to disperse the crowd, leading to a chaotic and violent exchange. Amidst the chaos, 2 individuals lost their lives, succumbing to injuries sustained during the clashes. Additionally, several others survived and suffered varying degrees of injuries, further exacerbating the already tense situation. When the Kinja incident is properly investigated, the religious leaders believe will serve as a precedent under the new administration that will further help to avoid future disturbance at other concessions in the country. The statement under the signature of Reverend Dr. Samuel B. Reeves, LCC president, also indicated that the police, as a key participant in the protest, should not be the ones to investigate the very incident they are conflicted in. Therefore, the Council and IRCI believe the police participation will undermine the true essence of transparency and fair play. Reeves, who is also IRCL acting president and senior pastor at Providence Baptist Church, said the LCC and IRCL are on the notice that the very police have been accused of firing live bullets on the protesters. It is for this and other reasons that we believe the people should not be player and referee in these matters. Reeves noted that without the police involvement in the investigation, the credibility of the committee will be enhanced. Meanwhile, the incident in Kinjor has since prompted questions about the causes of the violence. However, Barker administration accused former President George Weah and his Coalition for Democratic Change (CDC) government of sowing seeds of discord in area. This is from the Daily Observer newspaper, and the top headline reads as it relates to our news this morning on the Daily Observer newspaper. Liberian man 34 sentenced to 20 years of imprisonment. Liberian man 34 sentenced to 20 years of imprisonment for US 2.6 million fraud in US. This is interesting. James P. Body, a Liberian man based in the United States, has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for orchestrating a scheme that stole 2.6 million in supplementary nutrition assistance programs (SNAP) benefit from needy and disabled beneficiaries. U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas, Lahari Samaton, announced Peabody's sentencing last week, highlighting the severity of the crime. WFAA, the U.S. Attorney Office, said on its website last week. Peabody, 34, admitted to defrauding thousands of people via a scam involving food scam. He pleaded guilty in August to conspiracy to commit wire fraud and was sentenced on Tuesday, officials say. The judge presiding over the case called the crime one of the most disturbing schemes he's seen during his time on the bench. The SNAP program uses federal tax dollars to subsidize food and household needs for low-income families. Typically, recipients of SNAP program benefits U.S. electronic benefit transfer on EBT cards to make purchases for household needs and food. I can only imagine the devastation these victims felt at the cash register when they attempted to pay for their groceries and discovered their account had been empty, said U.S. Attorney Laha Simonton. The scam also involved two others, Seba Kahin, 48, and Margareta Jabba, 43, who have also pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud. According to the U.S. Attorney Office, Peabody Kahin and Jabba opened several African food stores and received SNAP merchants privilege, officials say. They then use EBT cards program with stolen SNAP account information illegally obtained by placing so-called skimming machines at point of sales terminals in stores throughout the country, according to court documents. The scammers would take the fraudulent benefit transfer cards and use them at their own food stores. As a result of scheme, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which administrates SNAP, deposited more than 2.6 million in bank accounts associated with their stores, the attorney office said in a Wednesday news release. Multiple victims of the scheme testified at the sentencing hearing held Tuesday, according to the news release. One victim said she resorted to eating out of dumpster. Another victim thanked the FBI for investigating my case when no one else seemed to care. Kalin was sentenced to 108 months in prison, and Jabba was sentenced to 129 months. The Federal Bureau of Investigation's Dallas Field Office, Fort Worth Resident Agency, and USDA Office of Inspector General investigated along with the Bedford Police Department, the Blue Mound Police Department, the Atlas Police Department, and the North Richland Hills Police Department. This is so sad from our news source here this morning. So quickly, we now transition to the Daily Observer newspaper. We now transition to the Newtown newspaper, where we have interesting topics here as our headlines. World Bank commits US 300 million for dam construction. World Bank commits US 300 million for dam construction. Monrovia, March 25th, 2024, the Liberia Electricity Corporation (LEC) says the government of Liberia has acquired a commitment of US 300 million from the World Bank to construct a dam in Bond County. During a recent high-power delegation visit to Bond County, LEC Corporate Communication Manager Mr. Philip Fallet said that the people are excited and have welcomed the dam construction in their area. Mr. Fallet described the acquisition of the World Bank commitment as a great step in achieving the project while expressing optimism for the remaining. He said President Joseph Yuma Boakai told the World Bank and everyone that his hand was behind the new project during a recent roundtable energy discussion with the president. Let me tell you, the president, after listening to the World Bank delegation explaining about this project, he accepted and said they have his 100% support, said Mr. Fali. And also, we are so happy for the welcome and gifts you have provided us. We will make you happy, he noted. Over the weekend, a high-power delegation from the World Bank West Region Office, Liberia's Ministry of Mines and Energy, and the LEC visited Falana Lower Bond. During the visit, the delegation held stakeholders engagement with residents of the construction of the proposed Sinpo 2 hydropower dam project SP2. Franz Deras Gross, a U.S. and German national, is the Director of Infrastructure in the World Bank Africa West region. Dres Gross, headed the World Bank team, while Mr. Money Captain, an LEC executive director, headed the Project Implementation Unit (PIU). The Ministry of Mines and Energy represented the government of Liberia by Mr. Bill Hawkins, the project manager, and Mr. William Thompson, the project engagement consultant, were also on the delegation. The objective of the delegation was to see the exact location of the project and have joint in-house or town hall engagement and interaction with the community. The visit was also intended to examine the area topography and receive a technical brief from the project manager. The joint assessment aligned with President Barack's first energy sector roundtable at the executive mansion, which included key stakeholders in the sector. At the energy sector roundtable, President Baraka supported the project 100% and the World Bank committed to US 300 million. This is how we now move quickly to another top headlines here under the front page Africa, sorry, the New Dawn newspaper. Let's see another top headlines here. It's interesting that we get to know what is unfolding within our country, Liberia. Lena former director ordered to return government assets. Lena former director ordered to return government assets. This is interesting. Liberia Information Minister Joe Limek Pia has ordered former Liberia News Agency Lena Director General Kwame Opa Weeks to return Lena's social media access to the Ministry or face legal action. Lena is a communication organ of the Ministry of Information. The Information Minister accuses Mr. Weeks of retaining control over official communication platform belonging to the ministry, notably the Lena Facebook page despite his departure from office. The conflict between the Information Minister and Mr. Weeks has sparked debates on social media among many Liberians, with some labeling Mr. Weeks' action as unlawful, desperate, greedy, and malicious. The new administration under President Joseph Yuma Baraka continues to struggle to have some former government officials return government assets, including essential government information, tools that they refuse to relinquish while exiting privileged position. President Baraka has established an assets recovery and properties retrieval team to return stolen government assets. In addition to the public perception of alleged corruption in government, some officials were said to have looted furniture and other assets from their office while taking their exit. This is interesting for us to know that Lena former director has been ordered to return government assets, and of course, Lena former director is Kwame Opa Weeks. So yes, Minister Jerome Pia is urging him to return. Jerolimek Pia, sorry, is urging him to return while it's belonging to our country, Liberia. So quickly, we move to the front page Africa newspaper. We move to the front page Africa newspaper. Honorable Yeke Koluba accuses President Bwaka of bribing lawmakers to unseat Speaker Fonati Kofa. Honorable Yeke Kaluba, representative, accused President Joseph Yuma Bwaka of bribing lawmakers to unseat Speaker Fonanti Kofa. Representative Yeke Kaluba accused President Joseph Yuma Bwaka of bribing each lawmaker of the House of Representatives with a US 4,500 furniture coupon to remove House Speaker Councillor J. Fonati Kofa from the position. The Montserrat County Electoral District Number 10 lawmaker made the disclosure Thursday, March 21, 2024, at his office to a team of reporters, where he displayed the coupon before live cameras as evidence. He described the alleged plot of the Liberian chief executive against the opposition speaker, a ranking member of the Coalition for Democratic Change, as total wickedness and broad day bribery. According to Representative Koluba, he received a telephone call from the defeated candidate for the speakership position of the ruling Unity Party and representative of Montserrat County Electoral District number 11, Richard Nangwe Kun, to collect his coupon. The controversial lawmaker indicated that Representative Kun directed him to Representative Prince Stowe of Montserrat County Electoral District number 8. He brought forth before the live camera one of his staffers, a female, who alluded to collecting the coupon from the lawmaker on his behalf. According to Honorable Kun, this is intended for the Kun block for the speakership that voted for him. So I already get my salary. Then why the additional US 4,500 for when the president keeps saying there is no money, he said. Representative Koluba stressed that although the Liberian leader still cries out that the government has no money, he is equally eager to remove Speaker Kova, and he does not want to see the speaker at all, so he is dashing out bribes among members of the House of Representatives. This is from the Front Page African newspaper. So, folks, let's take a short break. When we get back, we resume presentation of our news for today. Kindly stay with me. I appreciate you for being with me on this platform. And we say happy pre-Easter to all of the Christians in and out of Liberia. Please stay with me.
Hello there, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Lyndon Togba. My name is Greg Pa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like with no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media with your news presenter Greg Finakarish-Parr. From Page African newspaper, judicial staffers call for audit over lack of transparency. Judicial staffers call for audit over lack of transparency. The judiciary, as mandated by the 1986 Constitution of Liberia, is expected to be an independent and fair body that fights corruption. However, recent reports suggest otherwise. The current Supreme Court bench has reported failed to uphold transparency and accountability, particularly regarding financial matters. According to the new judicial order, number 7 on financial autonomy, the Supreme Court is required to provide custody reports on various fees collected by courts nationwide. Unfortunately, Chief Justice Sianen has not enforced this mandate, leading to a lack of proper financial reporting. The failure to hold judges accountable for not publishing collected fees, which reportedly amount to millions of United States dollars, has resulted in a breakdown of service within the court system. In response to these concerns, judicial staffers are calling for an audit of court costs, fees, and fines collected by the Supreme Court. This call for transparency and accountability comes amid significant attention on the auditing of three branches of government. This is how we now move quickly to the hot pepper newspaper. But before moving to our last newspaper in studio, we want to say thank you for following Focal Online TV. We encourage you to always share our live stream and make use of our comment section. Focal Online TV is here for you. If you are celebrating your birthday, you can kindly make use of the comment section by indicating it there, and we will do the announcement of your birthday and send you a wish. And we also encourage you to kindly inform us if there's a happening within your community that you want us to do a coverage for. We are here waiting and we are here. Just alert us. Don't forget our office are open from Monday to Saturday at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So kindly stick and stay with Focal Online TV, because all we do is we bring innovation to broadcasting. Let's take a short break, folks. When we get back, I fill you in on one of the major sources within our country, Liberia, that is called the Hot Pepper newspaper. Thanks for joining us. Let's take this break.
Hello there, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Lyndon Togba. My name is Grefina Korishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV. With check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Focal TV. Bringing you face-to-face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV. The best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Tobo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep focused.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Lyndon Togba. My name is Greg Courage Pa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
Wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
Okay, folks, welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. In continuation of our news presentation, this is how we wrap up things from the Hot Pepper newspaper. Public Works begins identifying structures on alleys for demolition. Public Works begins identifying structures on alleys for demolition. The zoning division of the Ministry of Public Works has begun awareness on clearing alleyways in Monrovia as government prepares for road construction and sidewalk cleaning. According to a Ministry of Public Works statement, considering the government's interest in increasing access to roads, will focus on giving communities a facelift. The zoning division of the Ministry of Public Works began its awareness on the demolition of public and private buildings that are situated in the alleyways. The awareness, which began on Wednesday, March 20, 2024, will continue till the end of March. At the same time, while the awareness is ongoing, the zoning division will continue with the marking of buildings that are in flagrant violation of the national zoning law, as well as the construction policy of the Ministry of Public Works. The property that have been marked for demolition will be removed in line with the government's agenda to grant road access to cluster communities in Monrovia and its environs. Additionally, the zoning division shall levy fines against property owners who carry out construction without obtaining a construction permit through the zoning division on the Ministry of Public Works. The fines as shall be levied are irrespective of the properties being in alleyways. They are in strict adherence to the ministry regulations on public safety, the Public Works statement observed. This is interesting for us folks, those of us who thinking about building on alleys is not good enough to do so, because in the long run, all of these places we are building will will be taken away by government, because that particular place you are building, that particular house you are building, once it is situated on an alley, of course it's a road, the government will have to pave the road. So obviously you have to be removed, or that building will be shut down, it will be broken down, right? So we have to take note of these things so that we cannot face future challenges. That is not good. Your place is on a road. Don't support it. Don't go and build there, please. Education Minister visit Tubman University. Education Minister visit Tubman University files decisive action to swiftly address deficiencies. The Ministry of Education, Dr. Jasso Mali Jala, on Friday, March 22, 2024, visited the campus of the William V.S. Tubman University in order to assess the physical infrastructure of the university and identify potential areas of improvement. The tour, spearheaded by Dr. Olu Q. Menje, the university president, focused on inspecting a number of facilities, including the student dormitory, RSTR, and College of Agriculture, faculty housing, engineering building annex EBA, academic complex library, computer lab, nursing lab, Elizabeth David Russell College of Education and Administration building. Establishing in 2009, William V.S. Tubman University is one of the educational institutions offering degree programs in arts and humanities, business and social science, engineering, medicine and health, and science and technology. Minister Jala's visit to Tubman University was in continuation of the Ministry of Education Comprehensive National-wide Assessment Tour, which was launched recently to conduct thorough field assessment of the educational delivery system and identified obstacles impeding the advancement of quality, equitable, and accessible education service throughout Liberia. Since the launch of the tour on March 17, 2024, the MOE team has visited several schools in Grand Gita, River G, Maryland counties, pledging decisive action to swiftly address existing deficiencies hindering educational progress in the region. Meanwhile, Tubman University President Dr. Olu Menji has lauded the Minister of the trip and expressed support to her leadership. Meanwhile, Tubman University President Dr. Olu Menji has lauded the Minister for the trip and expressed support to her leadership. We want to say thank you to all of you who follow us on this platform this morning. We appreciate all of you for your hard work, staying with us, bringing your megabytes just to be informed about our country, Liberia, and the world at large. Just so you know, the education minister is on a tour to ensure that these deficiencies we face in our educational system be held be held in a way that our educational departments in our country Liberia, or our educational sector in our country Liberia, can move to a better level. Don't forget, Yeke Kaluba is accusing President Joseph Yuma Bwaka of bribery. Yeke Kaluba is accusing President Joseph Yuma Bwaka of bribery. 4,500 coupon. This is so interesting, just so you know. And of course, there's a lot more that is happening within our country, Liberia. And there's a need for us to keep this week holy. There's a need for us to keep this week holy. Let us share the love that Christ is bringing to us, the salvation that is going to be replenished on Easter Sunday. Don't forget to be peaceful. Please do away with violence. Of course, the Daily Observer newspaper says LMP should not be player and referee in Kinjor matters. We all know the issue that occurred in Kinjor there as it relates to the mining concession company, Beer Mountain. We have here a clergyman and the senior pastor of the Providence Baptist Church, Reverend Dr. Reeves, as he spoke to the media and said LNP, the Liberia National Police, should not be player and referee in the Kinjor matters. Don't forget, man 34 sentenced to 20 years imprisonment for 2.6 million fraud in US. These guys go about scheming people, and he had two other females working along with him as it relates to our full nutritional aspect, that he was skimming people on their credit cards and a whole lot more. There's a need for us to continue to be fair in whatever we do. And don't forget to always pray for Liberia, because Liberia will surely get there. It's just a matter of time and the transformation of minds. Stay with me as I will be right back tomorrow with the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. I love you and I say have a blessed Holy Week. Thank you.
Hello, dear. My name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I